might regret doing this, guys, but it is damn near 3 o'clock in the morning on a school night, and I am just now. I just streamed for a little over 2 hours. If you guys want to check out my Twitch, GZTV Live on Twitch, all lowercase, we stream there. I played Fall Guys and 2K tonight. I'm not sure when the next stream is. It's just every once in a while when I get a chance to do it. I do it. Mic check. But we have the round of 32 Sweet 16s coming up Friday. But we have the round of 32, and a lot of brackets are busted. I have a friend in our actual bracket challenge that is a really good bracket, so that's cool. We're kind of rooting for him. But there was 5 good games today. There were a couple of games that got a little out of hand that I don't really care to talk about. But there were still 5 games that were really good. And we're going to start it off by talking about the Kentucky-Kansas State game. Nowell in the late threes lift Kansas State past Kentucky. Marquise Nowell never lost faith, not when Kansas State had hardly anyone left on the roster for a new coach, nor when the Wildcats were picked last in the Big 12. They put their heads together, they're at the 3 seed, and now look, they're a top 20 team in the nation. Guaranteed. So, yeah, good for him, Marquise Nowell. One of my friends was actually betting on the games, and he bet on Marquise Nowell. Hit it out of the park, Looking at the Wildcats, it's really hard to say if Oscar Tshiebwe is going to be really good in the NBA. I've been watching him for the last 2-3 years here at Kentucky. He is a senior, I believe. He's 6'9". He's got really good size to be something in the NBA. I have faith in him. He had 25 points and 18 rebounds, and of course, Cason Wallace, I think is his name. He had 21 points, didn't miss a single 3. Jacob Toppin definitely struggled today. Yeah, not a great game for Jacob Toppin in today's game, but yeah, you're still going up against a 27-point performance for Marquise Nowell, and the K-State Wildcats are still dancing. Marquise Nowell shot 50% this game, and coming up with Marquette losing, I can definitely see Kansas State making an Elite 8 run. No doubt about it. But speaking of which, Michigan State took on a Marquette, and Michigan State won. Michigan State and Kansas State is a Sweet 16 game. Michigan State outlasted Marquette. Tom Izzo is back to the Sweet 16, one of the best coaches to ever do it in college basketball. He's in my title. He's in my thumbnail. Tom Izzo is literally that guy. There's no doubt about it. He is actually that guy. Tom Izzo leaned on star guard and native New Yorker Tyson Walker to get Michigan State to Madison Square Garden for the Sweet 16. What a stage we have set here for the Michigan State Spartans. They are headed to MSG to play in the Sweet 16. Joe Hauser, Sam Hauser's brother, is on Michigan State. They were both on Marquette actually 3-4 years ago. And Joe Hauser with 14 points, 10 rebound shooting, 33% from 3. He was a big-time performer for Tom Izzo's Spartans. Tyson Walker with 23 points in this one, playing absolutely incredible. You look at the Marquette Golden Eagles, you get a 10-point performance for Iguodaro. He shot 67% from the field, 16 points for Prosper, and 14 points for Jones. Guys like Mitchell and Joplin and Ross didn't play the best. This was a very disappointing game. I wanted to see a Marquette-Kansas State matchup in the Sweet 16 for the sake of my bracket, but shout out to Tom Izzo. I don't know why I ever counted him out. He is a fantastic coach. I counted him out twice in this tournament. I had him losing in the first round. They get it done against USC. They come out here against one of the toughest teams in the nation, and they are in the Sweet 16. So shout out to Tom Izzo and the Spartans. Let's move on to the next game because we have Creighton and Baylor. Another disappointing tournament performance here by a 3rd seed here with Baylor. There are some high seeds going into the Sweet 16. We will analyze that here for you guys here in a little bit. But man, Creighton gets it done against Baylor. Man, Aaron Nimhard's little brother helps Creighton beat Baylor by 9 onto the Sweet 16s. The rims really aren't bigger in Denver. It just felt that way to Ryan Nimhard, who is knocking down shots and getting it done for Creighton. Creighton was definitely a sleeper team coming into the tournament. I believed the hype in the first round. I was like, no. I didn't even believe the hype in the first round. I was like, I think NC State might come out and win this. People had Creighton going to the Sweet 16. Shout out to them because they are correct. Off of Ryan Nemhard's 30 points, 67% three-point shooting. His brother would be proud. I think they're going to both be decent in the league for sure. Yeah, but they did have to go against LJ Cryer, who had 30 points. Thamba, Ojanwuna, Loner, Chishamwa. A lot of guys. I mean, their whole bench struggled. 5 guys combined had 12 points in this game, and Thamba and the rest of the guys on the bench really didn't play that well for the Baylor Bears. So it's unfortunate for Baylor, but shout out to Creighton because my goodness, this is a well-deserved win. This is big time for them. Moving on to the Fair Dickinson FAU. This was probably one of the most exciting games of the round of 32. I mean, 2 teams that pulled off upsets. And we saw them go face-to-face, and this probably was my favorite game from the round of 32. Florida Atlantic ends Fairleigh Dickinson's run for Sweet 16. Fairleigh Dickinson came up just a little short this time in this game, but man, nonetheless, a very respectable run for a very solid basketball team. Not a great program, and they came in and they killed it in this tournament, led by a guy like Roberts who had 20 points in this game. Granted, Singleton and pretty much the rest of the Fairleigh Dickinson bench didn't play well. But, there's a lot of fouls. Fairleigh Dickinson plays at a very high tempo. They have a really good coach. They play at a very high tempo, and sometimes it leads to them playing a little too aggressive on defense. They play a little skittish sometimes, and that was kind of their problem in this game, I feel like. But looking at the Florida Atlantic Owls, Davis with an absolutely fantastic performance, 29 points and 12 rebounds. Usually college is really scrappy, but I'm seeing some great performances throughout this tournament so far, and I hope we continue on with that. TCU and Gonzaga, I'm disappointed. I really thought TCU could pull this off. I had them in my bracket, and things are just crumbling to pieces there. Gonzaga and Drew Timme moved to the Sweet 16 with a 3-point win over TCU. Things are getting scary for Gonzaga, though. They're going to have to go up against, I don't know, we'll have to look at the Sweet 16 matchups. We'll look at all 8 here in a little bit. Drew Timme added something new to his twisting, turning, head-faking, mustachioed repertoire. A 3-pointer to help Gonzaga get over the hump and back to the Sweet 16. Now, to be fair, there were a lot of bad calls by the refs. It's clear that the refs kind of wanted Gonzaga to win this game. I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't take it that far, but there were definitely some screwy things going on against TCU. Drew Timme was out here hooking defenders, not getting offensive fouls called against him. And, yeah, I don't know. It was just kind of unfortunate. Nonetheless, for the Horned Frogs, Miles Jr. with a 24-point performance. He shot 50% from 3. Cork ended up with a not-so-good game in this one. He was just not too involved with the offense. He might have got hurt this game. I think he might have got hurt or something. I don't know. Xavier Cork. Just unfortunate. TCU was very close, but obviously Drew Timme just went off. I think he had his 9th 20-point game in his tournament run in his college career. I don't think Drew Timme will necessarily make the NBA, but he put up 28 points and he made a huge 3 down the stretch. So, yeah, let's take a look at the Sweet 16 games. Michigan State is going against Kansas State. I know I shouldn't be counting out Tom Izzo, but I really think that Kansas State can win this off of performances from guys like Marquise Nowell. Arkansas, UConn, they beat the 1 seed. You never know here. I think I got UConn, FAU, and Tennessee. FAU and Tennessee, I got my Vols. I still got them winning the national championship. I have faith. This is a very ideal matchup. This is better than going against Purdue. Gonzaga and UCLA, that is kind of a toss-up game. That's probably going to be one of the better games. I can't really give you guys an answer there. I kind of want to say UCLA, but then again, Drew Timme played absolutely fantastic tonight. So, San Diego State and Alabama. I don't know, man. I know Houston's going to beat Miami, I think. Creighton and Princeton, that's a toss-up. That'll be a good game. Xavier, Texas. These are some tough games to call. These are some really good games. I'm very excited for the Sweet 16, and hopefully you guys are too. That's going to do it. My goodness, I've got to get to bed because I'm going to feel it in the morning. I'm going to be tired as shit, and I'm not going to like it, so I should probably get going to bed. It was nice making content for you guys, streaming. You know, I had a 2K gameplay video out today. I made 4 videos today. I grinded. Tomorrow, you know, there will be 2. We're going to be back to NBA, which I'm kind of excited for, you know, to focus back on the NBA regular season for a little bit. There's not that many great games on tomorrow, but I'm still going to be watching me some NBA basketball nonetheless. So leave a like, comment, subscribe. As always, it is GZTV covering everything basketball. We're giving March Madness some love because why not? It's the madness, it's the hype, you know, and it all. So yeah, hopefully you guys have a good rest of your night. It is very late. I know a lot of you guys aren't going to see this at the time of the live, but yeah.